what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Cartier. You on Cartier World. Today, we got another reaction video, bro. I'm gonna need y'all to tap in, you know what I'm saying? Keep running them numbers up, bro. Keep running those subscribers up. I see y'all, man. We need 5K like yesterday, bro. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I need 5K subscribers like yesterday, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, bro. Real talk. Can y'all do that? You know what I'm saying? Man. But in other news, we got more hot shit on the way, more content, man. Just keep logging in. Today, this is Napoleon. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, Napoleon was a member of the group The Outlaws, which was Tupac's group. They were signed to Tupac, The Outlaws. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? He was really cut from that cloth. He was really with dude. Today we got Diddy is a weirdo. He has always been a snake. He's a scary and nervous person. I never liked him. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? This is close intel. Back then, I'm pretty sure they was rubbing shoulders. So let's see what he got to say.
Shoot, man, because I know you got a history with Diddy, man. How you feel about the situation between him and Cassie?
Well, when it comes to I can't really talk about the people that's, and not to take away from any person that accusing him, you know what I mean? But because I still be careful what I say because I live in Saudi Arabia. And, and part of our religion that if you...
Buddy then got out the whole U.S. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. Why? Oh, actually, he a Muslim, so, you know what I'm saying? I could see why he did that. Shout out to all the Muslims out there.
Somebody or something. If you don't have 4 witnesses, the punishment come back on us. So I can't really say if he really done that to these girls or not. And that's not even to take away from him, but I know he's a weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, we've been hearing some stories about him that he been doing some weird things and moving weird, and he always been, you know what I mean? Always been a snake type of dude. So it's not surprising that when you hear all types of crazy stuff coming out now, you know what I mean? We always heard that he was, moving in a strange way. And it wasn't surprising when we did hear like he was part of this and he put the hit out on Pac or he paid for it. It wasn't surprising for us because...
Hey, man, sheesh. That rumor been lingering around for a long time, man. Do y'all think Puff put the hit out on Pac? I need to know in them comments, man. Do y'all think he put the hit out? He's saying he's a snake, straight up. He say he's a weird dude. He does weirdo activities. So he believed the shorties and what's going on. I don't know. I don't think all this is coincidental. We got too many people coming out saying this, that, and the third. So we got to take it into consideration.
I understand, like, he always been a very fidgety person. Like, like a scary, nervous individual. Scary people with money do some scary things.
Facts.
You understand? Because
scary niggas with guns will kill you. Side note.
He never was a person that was built to confront stuff on his own. So when you're dealing with an individual, and that's why I never like these type of people. And that's why I don't really, really care too much for him, because it's similar to the people that murdered my mother and father. They paid money. They were scary to confront my parents head up. So they pay somebody. And he's that type of individual. He's a snake, you know what I mean? So I never really, and that's one of the reasons when they was trying to get me to stand on the stage with him. Back then, this was 20-some years ago when we was at the MTV Awards, and they was like, this is for your career. This is good for you guys. And deep in my heart, I just said, look, I know it's something weird with this individual, his hatred for Pac. I just can't.
See, this is crazy, you know what I'm saying? He had a personal relationship with Pac, and he just was kind of conflicted. He like, bro, I can't go up here. I know he got hate for my brother. Like, I'm not rocking with this, but then it's business. Business is business, and you don't want to mess up an opportunity, or you want to further your career. But it's kind of crazy to know, like, he's always had these feelings from the jump. Plus, like, man, you know how it is, bosses, man. It's murder for hire, bro. That's straight up. Like, they gotta wash their hands, man. They can't, you know what I mean? That's just how they handling things. Murder, this is not a new thing. Murder for hire happens, like you see, to regular people, to stars. Like he says, mother and father, like, You know, so he got a deeper connection to this.
Even if it's gonna make my career goals big or whatever, it's just something that I don't feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons. So when I see all the stuff coming out now, I say, I'm glad I snatched the mic from him, and I'm glad I, you know what I mean, sabotaged that MTV, song and tribute that we were supposed to do together, because I just never really feel these type of individuals. I don't like snakes, you know what I mean?
Straight
Real
up.
talk, man. So y'all been hearing about.
Hey, actually, if y'all don't know what happened back then, he talking about, I think this was early 2000s. It was a situation, they doing a tribute, and he messed up the tribute pretty much, you know what I mean? But back then, the publicist and he came out and said, I would never intentionally mess up this tribute, da 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 da. But it's funny how now he like, maybe it happened for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm kind of glad I did this. So the energy shift is different all these years, especially with like, you know, you could always tell when somebody energy is off, or they moving weird, or you know what I mean? So he been peeped it. He been peeped Puffy energy.
Since back then?
Bro, we've been hearing stuff for ages about the guy. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I think also from a business standpoint of view, I think the music industry is one of the most corrupt industries on the planet.
That's a fact.
And I know somebody personally, and I'm not even going to go into details, that did one of the biggest hits of Biggie's career. And he told me when he sent the beat to Puffy, he just stole it from him. So just from the amount, how you doing business, you cannot do business that way and expect for you to continue to be successful, because eventually it will come back. So we always heard about, you know, from that standpoint of view, just doing people dirty.
Facts.
You know, just snaking people for money, and every evil thing you can think of, they just, you know what I mean? So that's sad, because when you come from our background and we get into the music industry, for example, and they start becoming these CEOs, the first thing they start talking about, man, we're gonna do our own record company because we tired of the white man stealing from us. You know what I mean? And then you get these black CEOs, they come do the same exact thing to black artists.
Sheesh. Hey, he talking heavy right now. I don't know. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Like, we want ownership, we want stake, and we talk about how, hey, these people doing us wrong and they did us bad in these deals, and then turn around and do the same thing to our people. But how we gonna create economic wealth for everybody, not just personal gain, not just for the CEO, but for the entity? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to sacrifice. So I like this point right here. Like, you know, people need ownership, and we all need revenue and economics to keep it turning for everybody in this culture.
So you keep seeing that cycle where you like, that's why the music industry, I always say, is one of the most corrupt industries on the planet, because, you know, everybody's out for themselves. You know what I mean? Everybody's out for themselves. So the same thing they complain that the white, you know, CEOs are doing, the black CEOs do it to the same thing to the artists.
Just said that.
You know?
So when you see the situation that Diddy in right now, right, you not surprised?
It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, you just always heard he was cutthroat. I'm surprised he survived that long. I used to say, well, you know, he you know, he probably rubbing shoulders with.
Hey, that money will protect you. That's how he didn't survive that long.
People, those, you know, I don't get into that conspiracy, Illuminati and stuff like that, where people start saying it, but I definitely believe that it's in the music industry, there's some higher people that's very corrupt and evil. And I remember when we first, and I didn't really understand it, but when we first, like the time that I first met Pac, we was in a group called Dromicidal. We went from being young thugs to Dromicidal, then we became the Outlaws. And I remember when Pac was locked up, and we would go visit him, and he was telling us that, because when we was Dromicidal, before the Outlaws, we had a quick record deal with Interscope Records. And I remember when Pac used to say stuff, he was like, I swear to God, he used to say, you know, you're gonna go meet this person at Interscope, and you know, they devils.
Sheesh.
I didn't really understand what he meant by that.
Man.
He's like, but you know, you gotta play it right, and you know, they gonna give us a record deal, but they just straight devils, you know what I mean? So And now I understand. These people cutthroat.
See that's one thing I loved about Pac, man. He was unapologetically himself, and he just said it how it was. You know what I'm saying? Not caring who it offended, but to teach people that, you know what I'm saying? This was his brother. He like, look, they devil straight up, but we gonna work through this system for our advantage. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put our people on. But that, man, that's interesting because we know how, you know what I'm saying? Pac was just that dude, man. Shout out Pac. Rest in peace.
You don't see no CEO. If you look at any rap record, the CEOs from these rap records, they not part of our community. Meaning that they come from a different background than us. Most of them are ran by certain individuals. And what happened is they never get back to the community. You never heard of the CEO of Interscope Records, the CEO of Sony Records. These people making billions of dollars off of black music. You never heard them once say, let's open up a school in the black community. Let's give healthcare to the rappers. Let's go open up community centers for the black people.
Yeah.
But they taking all this money. You understand? When an individual died, have you ever heard of a record company that paid for a funeral of a dead rapper? Besides Suge Knight, Suge paid, you know, when Pac put it in his will, he wanted to go cremate it. Suge paid $1 million to cremate him. But these people, so now when I think back and when Pac was calling them devils, it's like these people are really devils. They just out for money. They don't care who die in the process. They don't care what happens in the process. They don't care who lives are destroyed, as long as that money coming in.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. But for me, right, when I look at the situation, I look at it like karma. You know, he finally getting everything back that he got away with from back then, and you know,
arrogance, you gotta humble yourself. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You gotta understand, like, you can't carry yourself with that arrogance as if you're untouchable, because the creator of the heavens and the earth can destroy you 1 second. And I maybe he's saying that now. Sometimes people be thinking they're untouchable because they get away with certain things so much, and they get careless.
Hey, that money will have you feeling like you straight untouchable. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I like this dude right here. He really speaking from a mature standpoint. It really seems like this is thought out, and he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? He's matured over his career, and you know, he kind of on a whole different wavelength. And he's like, man, look at what's going on. You know, a dude like this, you know what I'm saying? You can't be moving like that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments, though. Is Cartier you and Cartier